Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into something special, creating a portrait of a girl from scratch. She's got these dreamy, ethereal vibes, flowing hair, soft features, and a gaze that pulls you in. Grab your sketchbook because we are starting loose and building up over the next few minutes. No rush, art's all about the journey. First things first, the gesture sketch. I'm using a soft 2B pencil on smooth cartridge paper, light lines only. Think of her as energy, not form yet. Notice how I block in the oval for her head, tilting it slightly to the right for the contemplative feel. Her shoulders slope gently, arms relaxed at her sides. Proportions are key. The head is about 1/8 of the total height. Keep it simple. We are erasing erasing half of this anyway. Now refining the face. Eyes first. They are the windows. Almond shaped, spaced one eye width apart. Lightly mark the brow line halfway down the head and the nose base at the bottom quarter. Lips, a soft curve midway between nose and chin. See how the jawline softens into the neck. I'm adding guidelines for symmetry, but we are going for natural asymmetry. Lips not perfect. Hair time, she's got loose waves cascading over one shoulder. Start with big C shape for aiming the face, then scribble in volume. Don't outline every strand yet. Suggest flow with directional lines. Shoulders next. Curvy, not boxy. Hands loosely at her sides. Fingers relaxed. Pause here and check your proportions against mine. Tilt your paper if it helps the line flow. We are few minutes in and look at that. We have got a solid foundation. Mistakes, embrace them. They are guides. Sharpen your pencil and let's add some contours. Alright, transitioning to form. I'm hatching light shadows now to turn that flat sketch 3D. Cheekbones catch the light from above left, so the right side of her face falls softer into shadow. Under the chin, a gentle gradient. Eyes get deep depth, iris shaded except for the highlight spark. Pro tip, squint to see big value shapes. Her skin's warm mid-tones, hair darker with golden undertone. I'm blending with a tortillon for smooth transitions. No hard edges yet. Forehead smooth, temple slightly recessed. Nose bridge has a subtle highlight ridge. Now clothing. She is in a simple top, fabric draping naturally, cross hatch, folds where it bunches at the collarbone. Keep values harmonious, nothing too dark yet. Hair details emerging separate strands with finer lines, building texture, waves, twist and tuck behind her ear. See the S curve, it adds movement. Amazing progress. Take a breath, step back. Does she feels alive? If not, push those shadows a tad bolder. Look around you, beyond the screens, the schedules, and the relentless noise of getting things done. What's left? Usually, it's a story, a melody, a splash of color on a grey wall. We often treat art like a luxury, a nice to have if there's time left over. But that's the big lie. Art isn't a hobby, it's a survival mechanism. It's the only way we have ever found to take the invisible chaos of being human, the grief, the euphoria, the quiet loneliness, and turn it into something we can actually look at. Art is the bridge. It's how a person living 300 years ago tells you exactly how it feels to fall in love, and you realize you aren't as alone as you thought. It's the mirror that shows our own flaws before we have to learn them the hard way. It's the language we speak when words simply aren't enough. You don't have to be a master, you don't have to be good at it, you just have to be willing to witness it, or better yet create it, because world without art is just a world that works, and we were meant for so much more than just working. Art reminds us this, that we were here and that it mattered. There's something deep about painting a girl, not just her face, not just her eyes, but her silence. Today, I'm not just creating a portrait, I'm creating a feeling. For the next few minutes, let's slow down together. No rush, no noise, just brush strokes and quiet thoughts. Because sometimes art speaks when we don't. Every painting begins with uncertainty, light lines, soft guesses, trying to understand where everything belongs. The curve of her jaw, the tilt of her head, the way her hair falls like it's holding secrets. Sketching feels like meeting someone for the first time. You don't know them yet, but you're curious. And sometimes curiosity is the beginning of connection. Now the blank canvas slowly disappears. Colors start replacing emptiness. I always find it fascinating how a little bit of pigment can transform nothing into something alive. Skin tones aren't just one color, they are layers, warmth, cool shadows, tiny variations that make someone human. Just like people, we are never just one thing. We are layered, complex, sometimes misunderstood. The eyes are always the most delicate part. They can change the entire mood of a painting. Soft eyes tells a story, sharp eyes hold power. Tired eyes carry history. As I paint hers, I imagine what she's thinking. Is she peaceful? Is she healing? Is she remembering something she doesn't talk about? Sometimes the girl we paint is the version of ourselves. Now comes the patience. Strands of hair, highlights, small shadows, details take time. But that's the beautiful part. In a world that moves fast, this is slow, intentional. Every tiny stroke feels like a quiet meditation. Art doesn't shout, it whispers. Now she is almost complete. It's strange how something that didn't exist few minutes ago now feels real. Her expression is settled, her presence is calm, and I realize creating something beautiful doesn't require chaos, just focus and honesty. This painting isn't just about a girl, it's about softness, strength, and stillness. Sometimes we forget how powerful quiet can be. Before the first brush touches the canvas, there's silence, not empty silence, but the kind that holds something unspoken. Maybe she exists somewhere in the world, or maybe she only exists here between my thoughts and this canvas. Let's take this time slowly, no rushing, no pressure, just breathing and creating. The first lines are almost always unsure, soft, faint, almost hesitant. I'm not trying to control her shape, I'm discovering it. The curve of her cheek, the gentle tilt of her neck, the space between her lips, every outline feels like asking a question. Who are you? Sometimes when I draw, I realize we don't create art, we uncover it. She was already here, I'm just revealing her. Skin tones are never just beige or brown or pink. They are light, they are shadows, they are warmth. I blend softly, slowly because people aren't flat, they are layered, just like emotions, sometimes calm on the surface, storm underneath. And while I blend these colors together, I think about how we all carry things we never say out loud. Maybe she does too. The eyes change everything. The millimeter too high, a millimeter too high, she looks surprised. Too dark, she looks sad. Too bright, she looks hopeful. So I slow down here, very slow, because eyes are fragile. When I paint them, I ask myself, is she tired? Is she strong? Has she cried before but healed quietly? Maybe she's not sad, maybe she's just thoughtful. There's power in a calm gaze, there's strength in softness. Hair moves like emotion, loose, flowing, free. I add highlights where light would naturally touch her because light always finds us, even on days we feel invisible. Details are patient work, tiny strokes, tiny corrections. It reminds me that beautiful things don't come from rushing. They come from staying, from not giving up halfway, from choosing to finish what you started. Now she is almost complete and it feels strange. Few minutes ago she didn't exist. Now she feels alive. That's the magic of art, turning emptiness into presence, turning silence into expression. She looks calm, but there's depth behind her expression. She like she knows something, like she survived something, and maybe that's what makes her beautiful. This isn't just a painting of a girl, it's a reminder that softness is not weakness, that quiet people carry the loudest strength, that healing doesn't always make noise. If you have been here watching until now, thank you. Maybe while I was painting her, you were thinking about someone, or maybe you were thinking about yourself. Art has a way of reflecting what we don't say, and tonight she is more than a portrait. She is peace, she is patience, she is presence, and also so are you. I don't fully know who she is yet, I just have a feeling about her. I'm beginning with light sketch lines, very soft, barely touching the surface. I don't want to trap her too early with harsh outlines. When I paint portraits, I like to let them emerge naturally, almost like they are introducing themselves to me. Right now, I'm mapping out the proportions, the placement of the eyes, the tilt of the head, the balance of the shoulders. Even small shifts can change her entire personality. A slightly lowered chin can make her feel thoughtful, a raised one can make her feel powerful. I think I want her expression to be calm but not empty, soft but not fragile. As I lay down these first strokes, she almost looks ghost like. That's always my favorite stage. When the painting feels fragile, it reminds me that art is a process of patience. As I blend the midtones into the shadows, I'm trying to keep my strokes confident. Overblending can flatten a painting, leaving some brushstrokes. Texture adds honesty. Her expression is starting to settle now. She feels introspective, like she's thinking about something she hasn't said out loud. Now I'm adding subtle color variation to the skin, a bit more warmth in the cheeks, slightly coolness around the temples. Real skin has dimension, and those tiny shapes make a huge difference. I'm stepping back for a second. This is important. When you step back, you see the painting as a whole instead of getting lost in details. I think her left eye needs to be slightly darker to balance the face. It's interesting how portraits are really about relationships, like lights against shadow, warm against cool, sharp edges against soft ones. There's something intimate about starting a portrait. A blank canvas feels loud at first, almost confrontational. It asks you, what are you about to reveal? Today I'm painting a girl, not just a face, not just proportions and colors, but a presence. Before I even touch the brush to the surface, I sit with it for a moment. I imagine her. I don't decide everything. I let her exist in fragments first. A softness in her gaze, a quiet strength in her posture. Maybe a story she hasn't told yet anyone. Now I'm beginning with the light sketch lines, barely visible. These lines aren't rules, they are whispers. They guide me, but they don't control the outcome. I have learned that the more tightly I hold on to a plan, the more lifeless the portrait becomes. Art begins where certainty ends. There's nothing here yet. No face, no story, no emotion. just space, and space can be intimidating, but it's also full of possibility. Today I'm painting a girl, not because the world needs another portrait, not because it will change history, but because creating something, anything, is an act of hope. While I sketch these first lines, I'm thinking about how art has always been part of us, long before cities, before technology, before language as we know it. Humans painted on cave walls because they needed to say, I was here, I felt this mattered. Art is proof of existence. As I lightly map out her face, I realize something. Art isn't about perfection, it's about presence. These first lines aren't perfect. They are searching, they are adjusting, they are unsure. And that's important because so are we. We live in a world that demands speed, productivity, constant output, but art demands stillness. It forces you to slow down, to look, to really see. Right now, I'm shaping her eyes. The eyes are always the most powerful part. They carry emotion without speaking, and that's what art does. It speaks without sound. A painting can say things we don't have words for: grief, softness, longing, strength. Sometimes we don't even understand our own emotions until we see them reflected back at us. That's the importance of art. It translates the invisible. As I begin layering her skin tone, it reminded that nothing real is made in one layer. Not paintings, not people, not meaning. Everything meaningful is built slowly, layer by layer, mistake by mistake, adjustment by adjustment. There's a stage in every painting where it looks wrong, where it feels like it's falling apart, and I think that's important too, because creating art teaches you to sit in discomfort, to trust the process when the outcome isn't clear. How many things in life would change if we treated ourselves the way we treat unfinished art, with patience, with curiosity, with the understanding that it's not done yet. As I deepen the shadows around her face, I think about contrast. Light only exists because shadow does. Art doesn't ignore darkness, it uses it. It gives it shape, it gives it context, and maybe that's why art matters so much, because it allows us to hold both beauty and pain in the same frame. This girl I'm painting, she doesn't have to be extraordinary. She doesn't have to be famous. She just has to exist. And in creating her, I'm reminded that ordinary existence is worth capturing. There is something revolutionary about slowing down long enough to notice softness, to notice detail, to notice humanity. Art teaches observation, and observation builds empathy. When you study a face this closely, every shadow, every highlight, every tiny shift in expression, you begin to understand how complex a single human being is. Imagine if we looked at each other that way more often, carefully, patient, without rushing to judge. As I refine her features, I'm not just painting what she looks like, I'm painting what she feels like, because art isn't documentation, it's in interpretation. It's emotion translated through hands. There are easier things to do than create. Creation is vulnerable. You risk failure, you risk criticism, you risk being misunderstood, but you also create connection. Somewhere, someone might look at this painting and see themselves in our eyes, and suddenly they don't feel alone. That is the importance of art. It reminds us that our emotions are shared, that someone else has felt this too. Now, that someone else has felt it too. Light is intentional, it draws attention, it says, look here, this matters. And that's what artists do. We choose what matters, we decide what to eliminate. In a noisy world, that choice is powerful. As I darken the background slightly, she steps forward, and that feels symbolic. Art helps us to step forward. It gives shape to identity. It allows us to take a space. A blank canvas doesn't argue with us. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't interrupt you. It waits. And in that waiting, it offers freedom to experiment, freedom to fail, freedom to try again. When I paint, I'm not just creating an image, I'm practicing belief that something meaningful can come from nothing, believe that time spent creating is never wasted, believe that beauty, even quiet beauty, is necessary, especially in a world that moves too fast to notice it. As I soften the final edges and adjust the last shadows, I feel that familiar question rising: is it finished? And I realize art is never really finished. It simply reaches a moment where you decide to let it go, to say, this is enough. This version of the feeling, this version of the truth is enough. And maybe that's another reason art is important. It teaches us acceptance, not perfection, not flawlessness, but acceptance. This girl didn't exist few minutes ago. Now she does, because I choose to begin. And that's the most important part of art, beginning. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. It will make my day. Thank you so much for watching.